welcome back. So Halloween is over and I've kind of had like writer's block. I didn't know what to film. I loved Halloween stuff so much that I was like, I don't even know what, I don't want to look like a normal person, you know, I want to look scary. But I wanted to do something just kind of bold and colorful, so obviously this isn't something you can wear on a day-to-day basis. There are plenty of videos on my channel if you want something more wearable or some neutrals, but I wanted to get creative and use some colors. And I wanted to tell you guys about a girl that I follow on Instagram and Snapchat. Her name is Beckaboo. She is absolutely freaking amazing at makeup. Like, it's breathtaking almost. She is so good. I was looking through her Instagram. She probably seen me like liking stuff from like a year ago and she was like, really, bitch? So if you like colorful stuff, definitely go check out her channel. She's just so talented and I want to be on her level. I also tried to use some drugstore items in this tutorial, so I tried my best. Some of the stuff didn't work out. I've never really done a look like this before and I'm really happy with it. I'm surprised that it didn't turn out awful. So let's first talk about my fingernail situation. I am so sorry, but I'm just going to prime my eyelids. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Just tapping that on my eyelid and then setting it with this Ivy shade, which is just a white matte color from the Too Faced Power of Makeup palette. And then went in with Painkiller from the same palette just to work into the crease. Nothing too crazy, just to kind of start a little bit of color in the crease. And then to darken it up slightly, I'm taking the Gingerbread shade. This is a single eyeshadow from Colored Rain that Megan sent me, and I really, really like it. Just worked it in the crease, nothing too special. And then I'm cutting out my crease with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and adding a little wing to it just to make a nice little shape. I don't know. I just went very carefully on the edges to make sure I had a nice crisp line and then set the concealer again on the eyelid. I then took this really bright green shade Thrash from the Urban Decay Electric palette and just tapped this on my lid. I've never used any of these shadows and they are so amazing. I absolutely see what the hype was about back when this first came out. And then I took the shade Fringe, which is like a kind of dark teal shade, and just worked that on the outer corner and also on the kind of lash line and slightly into that little wing that we made. We'll be going in and darkening and defining all that later. Tap some on the inner corner as well. And then I took a tiny little angle brush just to really start working on that line in between the crease and the cut crease to make sure that it was still sharp. I then took Mystic Hour from the Too Faced palette, and it's just a little bit darker than that other teal shade we were using, and just tap this on the inner and outer corners, also working that into our little wing, on the lash line, on the outer edge, and also on our cut crease line. I just worked with a little bit of product at a time, working in small little motions, that way it didn't get too crazy. I tapped more of the green shade on my lid to make sure that we didn't lose any definition there, and then blended in between all the shades with a kind of clean brush to make sure it has a nice gradient to it. Next, I took a flat eyeliner brush and took some of that Mystic shade from the Too Faced palette again. I did add some setting spray on it to make it even more like darker, defined, and I was able to make more of a crisp line just to go on the outer edges of all that. Next up, I took this Anastasia Moonchild Glow Kit and took the shade Lucky Clover, which is this gorgeous kind of fluorescent green highlight shade, and just added this right on the center to add a little bit of highlight. I took some concealer to clean up our little wings, making sure to look back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to make sure that everything matches, and just adding shadow where I need to make sure everything is, what's the word I'm looking for? Symmetric? Whatever. I added some of that highlight also on the inner corners just to make it pop. Now onto the face, I'm adding the foundation that I really, really hate, but I was going to bed right after this, so I was like, hey, let me just use it. This is the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. I am not a fan. I know a lot of people like it. It just doesn't work for me. I also use a L'Oreal concealer as well, up under my eyes, down the center of my nose, in between the brows, nostrils, chin, usual areas that I highlight / conceal. Tapping all that in with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. I really do like this concealer. I used to use that all the time. It's a very, very nice concealer. I'll leave it in the description box. I then took my Kat Von D Shade Light palette and took this highlight shade just to tap onto all these areas. I've never set my concealer straight with this before. I usually go in with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and then I just set the rest of my face with my Umber Decay Naked Skin Powder. Alright, now I gotta get these brows together. I'm just running a spoolie through them and then taking my Stila Stay All Day Brow color. This is like a felt tip pen, and just drawing a defined line underneath them and little hair-like strokes in the beginning of them to draw on little hairs. I try to use this L'Oreal brow pencil, but again, it's just another drugstore thing that I just hated. It just did not go well, so I ended up having to use my Benefit Precisely My Brow eyebrow pencil, which is my favorite. It's so bomb. I've already bought another one. You need it in your life. And I'm just combing my brows with a spoolie just to make sure all the product is kind of distributed nicely, and then cleaning up with my Shape Tape again from Tarte. I do have a brow routine on my channel if you guys would like to see it. To add some dimension back into my face, I'm taking my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer and just tapping this in, you know, the contour-ish areas, giant forehead, underneath the cheekbones, underneath our jawline, on the sides of the nose, you know, just the usual places. I also took my Anastasia Glow Kit and just mixed these two shades just to kind of start my first layer of highlight. I didn't want to have like green highlight all over my face, so what I like to do with these colorful ones is add a bright highlight in all my normal areas, and then I go in with the more colorful highlight and just put it right at the very high point of my cheekbone. That way you get that like colorful sheen just on that one part of the face, and that I don't have like, you know, a green nose or anything. Just blend all that in with my brush, and then I'm adding some more of that Colored Rain gingerbread eyeshadow underneath the lower lash line. Adding a little bit more onto the crease. I wanted to keep it mostly all about the lid. I also added in a eyeliner to my waterline, which I never do because it always irritates my eyes, but it didn't this time. I'm going to leave it in the description. I don't know which one it is. And then I just added a tiny bit of that Fringe shade and the Thrash shade underneath the lower lash line. Add a little bit of jazz under there, I don't know. For lashes, I went in with another drugstore thing. This is the 615s by Salon Perfects. I bought a multi-pack from Walmart. They are nice, but they're not the best lashes. I really tried to do drugstore stuff for you guys. I wasn't in love, needless to say. I also used this L'Oreal setting spray, which I've had for a while. I'm not a fan. I'm so sorry. I'm just like wrecking everybody's like drugstore dreams in this video. I'm using a Jordanna lip liner in the shade, I don't know, I'll list it in the description, and then going in with this NYX Nude liquid lipstick, but I ended up adding my Too Faced Melted Lipstick in the shade Melted Nude because I wanted it to be a little bit more warm. But this is the final look, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Oh my god.
I'll just skip that part. But anyways, today I'm going to be using the more. I'm probably going to keep this. I did like a pretty dramatic fall look. It was my collaboration with Michelle Prendle, and it was right before I did.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even getting paid by Morphe. Like, unless people use my code, I don't get paid for them. And I always tell you guys, you don't need to use my code. So it's literally just like, I like the product, you know? And if you have a problem with that, like, I'm sorry, but they work really well. You don't have to use code at all. You're just gonna save some money. So I just have them.
It's so good. I can't wait to eat them.
If you guys want more colorful stuff, let me know. I'm probably gonna do it anyways, but just let me know, you know? It's kind of like reminding me of like Mermaid. Because I know this stuff gets expensive. It's a little much. I know. No. Got my Deadpool shirt on, like a boss. Do not match at all, but it's okay. I'm fucking hungry and I want to eat food now, immediately. But yeah, I love this. I'm gonna go take like a million pictures of it now, so I gotta go. Bye.